Welcome everyone, Rabid here, and today I'm going to take a look as well as share with you guys some experimental liquidity DeFi farming I have been doing with the ETC and ETCPOW pair over at Swap and see if I'm getting wrecked. So I am fairly new to the whole DeFi thing. I did play around with it a little bit back in the Ethereum days when it was still proof of work, but you know, to pull out $20 it costed like $1,000 to do so. So you got to be rich to play around with Ethereum. ETC is obviously a lot cheaper, so if you want to withdraw, you know, it's only going to cost you a few cents in that. So here we can see on the left hand side, this is the current ETC POW I have total, 2082. I started with about 1550 here, and on the right is my wrapped ETC. This is the amount of ETC I put into the actual pool, and then use my coins here to actually stake it to do liquidity farming. I'm sitting at 35.46 ETC, well, wrapped ETC. You can withdraw this to normal ETC later on here. I'll show you how you get it all done here, but I'm at 35.46, and I started with 47, I believe. So I started with 47 here and 1550 on this side, and depending on what's going on with the swap, so as you can see, the price has been tanking on ETC POW, so I'm providing liquidity and farming that, and as people swap into ETC, I actually lose a little bit ETC and I gain ETC POW because of it. Now, if there was starting to pump here, we can see a little gain here. You know, there's going to be some buyback things happening, a whole bunch of stuff happening for ETC POW. So hopefully the price goes up as well as a burn. We have no idea, but it's down a lot compared to, you know, almost $2.80 where it was just a couple months ago. Regardless here, as people swap into ETC for the price to go up, they'll actually reverse it and I'll lose some ETC POW and gain ETC. So we're going to look at the total value when I started everything and look at what I'm earning now, because on top of that, I'm also earning daily about, it's estimating 16.79. This changes on the amount of liquidity that's actually in the pool. So if more people go into it, your rewards will drop. And then as people pull out, your rewards will go up. And this is how much in the past 7 days I have earned so far is 114 ETC POW. So this will be a little bonus on what I'm earning on top of my pairs here. So I want to see after 7 days, because I've only been doing this for 7 days, I want to see how 1 week would play out and if I'm up or down or not. So that's what we're going to get into right now. All right, so I'm just going to start off with showing you how to actually begin the farming process here if that's something you would like to do. So I'm going to jump in the pool here. You come into Swap and you go to the pool. Now you got 4 options up top here. You can swap, pool, or farm. Now swapping is just obviously swapping your ETC into ETC POW or vice versa, ETC POW into ETC. That's kind of how you would cash out or cash into either coin. Now pool, this is the first step you got to do to start adding liquidity. So you got to add your liquidity here, select your second token. In this case, it's ETC POW. Now you have to have equal value of both pairs sent into the pool. So in this case, 1.394 ETC would equal about 81.97 ETC POW. Now, if I was to use my max ETC POW, that's just all I could do right now because I don't have much in my wallet, then it's 0.15 ETC, but you can see I don't have enough. I can't do it because I don't have enough here. So you do need equal value on both sides, and that's when I started this based on the price of them at the time. It was 1550 ETC POW and then 47 ETC. So I'm just gonna jump back into here. So that's what you do. Then you'd hit the supply. Once you have it in there, it's going to give you that ETC type of token here, the wrapped ETC. It's the VH1 or whatever the heck it's called. If we actually go into our farm, it should tell us. So we can see right here. So you get the HLP V2 liquidity token. So once you get it in there, now you would add that into this aspect here to actually begin this. So you can deposit that coin, which is your pairs coin that you get, into this. And then also the kicker here is, you know, we're earning ETC POW. Unlike the nodes, you can claim this at any time. You get your rewards within 30 seconds, whatever the validations on the blockchain is. And you can also withdraw your full liquidity at any time as well. There's no licenses, no waiting or anything like you do have the nodes, but this does cost quite a bit more to do so, and you're running at a risk. So now let's look at the numbers and see if I'm up, down, or just getting wrecked completely. All right, so I did start this at 10 a.m. 7 days ago, and here you can see day 1 to day 7. Every day I checked this at exactly 10 a.m. Now, there was 1 or 2 days where I was like a half an hour late, but you know, the last one here, everything was around 10 a.m. So I wrote all those down here, and you can see, you know, your starting value based on, I'm going to have to look at the coin price to see what everything is worth right now, but I'm going to see my total value of ETC, my total value of ETC POW, how much I lost. As we can see, you know, I started with 47 ETC. I'm now down to 36.38, and ETC has been going up in price with the recent crypto pump. Meanwhile, I started with 1550 ETC POW. I did gain almost 500 ETC POW here, but the price has been going down. Then also I gained a total of 112 ETC POW on top of all this. So hopefully this at least means I'm up above my initial starting. That means I was making money. So I'm going to go through, check out all the prices, everything, and we'll come back and look what everything is looking like. So let's take a look at 7 days. And I did this during the live stream before I had the last day to go, and I was actually up. But coming into it now, I'm down $9.13. So that kind of sucks, but I'm not getting wrecked yet. But let's just do a quick sum up of how everything played out. So looking at the current price right now, ETC is at $19.99. It's actually down. I thought it was around $22, but I guess that was this morning. It's coming down now. And ETC POW is sitting at only 34 cents. So starting from the start here of 47 ETC, as the days went by, I am down to 36.38 ETC. So I lost 10.62 ETC at current value of $212. Now, on the ETC POW side, I started with 1550 ETC POW, and I was up to 2030, but that was only a gain of 480 ETC POW here, worth $164. So between the two initial pairs, I've lost $47.58. Now, while I was doing this yield farming, we are also getting paid in rewards of ETC POW. So here you can see this is all bonus on top of the initial pairing, which in theory should hopefully mean I end up with more. We already saw at the start here that I lost, but we can see here, this is the amount of ETC POW I gained each day. So between the first and second day, that was 15.5, second, third, 15.29, and so on. You can see it here. In the end, after 7 days, that's about 112.09 ETC POW. Now, obviously, if we were still at almost $3 here, this would be a nice gain, but it's not looking like that. Also, I'd have quite a bit more ETC because people would have been swapping into ETC instead of swapping into ETC POW instead of ETC. That's why we're kind of seeing that fluctuations here. So I did come into 112. So starting value was $1,471.33 at the start. The value now between the two pairings there is only $1,423 because of the market kind of coming down, and obviously the ETC POW price dropping like crazy. So I did get a bonus worth 38.45, which is that 480.08 ETC POW here from the farming here, but it wasn't enough to take me into the profit ranges like it was the other day. So my total earnings now that all this is worth with everything is $1,462, which results in a loss of $9.13 over 7 days. So now I got the decision. What am I going to do? Should I just stop liquidity farming, or if ETC POW starts pumping again, this does have the potential to make a lot more money. But is that what I'm going to do? I don't really know what I'm going to do. What do you guys think I'm going to do? But right now I'm going to show you how to remove your liquidity from the pool if it's something you're wondering about. So everything we looked at earlier, that was based on 10 o'clock this morning, and time of recording is about 3 hours later. So I do have a little more ETC POW. These numbers are going to be a little bit different, but I'm going to show you what to do. So there's two ways to do it. One, you can just claim your ETC POW first off the get-go, or you can just withdraw it all and it will claim your ETC POW and withdraw everything at the same time. So I'm just going to start with claiming my ETC POW. So it's an easy process. All you got to do is click on claim, and then yes, you want to claim all this. Yes, claim this. And this is a very fast transaction going on here. So now it's going to say you're going to want to do all this, yada, yada, yada. Simply hit the confirm button. Now you just got to wait for all the transactions to confirm here, and then you will claim it. Obviously, it's much faster than the ETCMC node, which currently takes about, I think they're up to 5 days now still. Yeah, so it's still 5 days because a lot of people are trying to spoof the network, and they got to manually go through everybody's nodes, licenses, and claims in order to pay it out. So there's a lot of work going on them until they do get let the new NFT and everything drop to validate all the accounts. But this is obviously a much faster thing and no license is required. Okay, so that only took about a minute. I'm coming back in. We can now see I was at what, 6 or 9 or something from earlier. I'm now at that 123.3 ETC POW. So that claim went through. So next we got to withdraw our liquidity tokens here. That's your wrapped Ethereum as well as your ETC POW. So I'm going to withdraw that right here. Withdrawal and claim. So let's just click on that. Yes, it's going to ask for the same type of situation. Just confirm your transaction again. Hit that like so. Now it says transaction submitted. And again, we got to wait for blockchain confirmations. All right, so everything did pop out. Everything disappeared here. I do have all my tokens. Now we got to go into the pool side here and we're going to manage our pool. So before this was kind of blank because we put all our tokens into the farming liquidity pool. So now we're back into the pool itself and we're going to remove our pair here, and it's going to take our HTC or whatever token that was called, and it's going to convert that back into your ETC and ETC POW, and this is where you're going to get your equivalent coins back in your wallet. So now I'm simply going to hit the remove button here. I want to do maximize it. I want it all back, and here's you can see what it's going to send to me, and then I'm going to approve this transaction. We're going to wait. We're going to sign this again. So it all comes down to signing all these transactions. So now I got to hit remove one more time. Make sure you do confirm this. Now it's going to wait for the confirmation, confirm, close. And now we just got to wait for the blockchain to do its thing one more time. And there we go. It is all complete. I got my 36.84 ETC in here. I did have a little bit as we saw earlier. And then I got 2,207 ETC POW. So at this point, I can do whatever I want. Put it all back into liquidity. Keep it out of there. Swap it to ETC. Swap it all to ETC POW. Do whatever you want. So in order to add the liquidity and do everything, obviously you just do that all in reverse order. Now it's all blank here. You just add liquidity. You select your token here, ETC POW. Now you just want to use whatever max. So obviously I don't have enough ETC to cover the pairing with that much ETC POW. So I'd have to maximize my ETC. Now you don't want to use the maximum amount because you got to remember, just like if you play around with Ethereum DeFi, Ethereum Classic, ETC, it's their chain. So you do need that for gas. Obviously it's a lot cheaper here, but I always like to, at least leave one full ETC for playing for gas fees and so on. You can calculate it so it's perfect for you, but that's something you do. Then you'd simply supply that. Once it does supply it, you'd go into your farm, you'd end your deposit here, and then you just add that wrap token that they give you, and that's how you begin the staking process. Exact reverse order of how I pulled it out. All right, guys, so there was a quick nice test there. 7 days of liquidity farming, ETC POW in the liquidity pool over at HebeSwap. Now ETCMC there, they're going to have their own DEX, not provided by HebeSwap, but their very own thing on the ETC chain by themselves, owned and operated by ETCMC for all these ETCMC DEX pairings and so on. So it's going to be interesting when that comes around. So I'm probably just going to let this sit like so, and then once they do release their own DEX for this pairing, I'm probably going to move stuff over to here because I'm really, I'm kind of skeptical right now. HebeSwap, I'm not saying they're going to do anything, but ETC POW is their main type of pools and swapping and everything that's going on between their farming and liquidity. You can see there's some ETC in other ones, but not very much. There's 294 here, 332, 152. There's 6,000 some in the actual Hebe ETC one, so that one will probably be strong. But when it comes to what their largest proportion is, it is the ETC POW ETC combo, and that has over 23,100 Ethereum Classic locked away in it currently. Technically it's not locked because we can withdraw at any time, but in there. So all of that is going to be moving to the ETCMC DEX in theory once they do their own thing here. So that's going to be coming off this pool. So, in case something gets halted or something, I'm just going to stay off for now, play it safe. Not saying anything's going to happen. You always got to do your own research and hopefully nothing happens. But I'm just going to hold out, wait for ETMC's DEX to come out, and then I might play around with it again. Thank you for checking out this video. I will see you on the next one. I didn't get totally wrecked, but I did lose some money. Rabid out.